a police officer, he should understand we cannot work on hearsay, so I need something tangible. I need to rely on something. My Lord, it was clear that there was a fear of reprisal. In other words, that if this thing is not handled carefully, it was made clear to me that people will lose their lives, So we parted ways, my Lord, with that understanding that I will respect and allow him a chance to try and convince his father. We exchanged numbers. I took his number and also established where he was stationed, which was at that stage under the information he gave me under General Lishabani. The record says Shabani, but on record it's Lishabani.
Yes. The first point of departure, my Lord, is that at the time when accused number 1 was approached, the only evidence that we had in the form of a sworn affidavit was the statement from Absolute Zungu, and that statement implicated him and accused number 2.
Oqala ukuthi lana ke umsoloqala istatement esasinaso esokuthi wabzolo wena wakhomba yena nomsolo.
The only point of departure. What the hell is a point of departure? What is a point of departure? But anyway, he reminds me of Brown Mokhotsi, Brigadier Bongani Nicholas Gininda. What on earth is a point of departure, guys? Let me know in the comment section down below. But the point of departure was, at the time, accused number 1 was approached with the only evidence that we had was the sworn statement from Absalom Zungu, which implicated him and accused number 2. Now, speaking of that sworn affidavit from Absalom Zungu has found his way to the Pretoria North High Court to say that is not my statement. I never gave that statement. I never signed that statement. That is not my signature. Brigadier Bongani Nicholas Gininda abducted me. Actually, he didn't say Brigadier. He says he just says Gininda. He never, ever said Brigadier Gininda, which has been hilarious for me the entire time. Absalom Zungu found his way, okay? Well, he didn't find his way. Of course, he got a subpoena from Umnisi Wemvula and became witness number X. By the way, witness XX is going to be in the room. Let me know your prediction in the comment section down below. Who is witness XX? Miss Witness XX. Kuningi, guys. Today is going to be the first day, okay? We'll bow our heads in solemn. It's going to be our first day where Absalom Zungu is not going to be inside Pagati within the witness box. Oh my goodness. But once we know who witness XX is, that might be a consolation prize. Let's continue listening on. There you have it, okay? Mr. Baloyi is like, my lord. And then Brigadier Gininda is like, yeah. We took that whole hearsay evidence and we went ahead and arrested somebody. The shame, the embarrassment, them gulligated activity. But let's continue listening on.
Mzansi Baloyi wambuza ke uBrigadier Gininda ukuthi ke wenzeka kuphi ke lo mhlangano noma leyo nhlangano. uBrigadier Gininda masephendula ke ukuthi wenzeka lokho ke emahhovisini womcommissioner wamaphoyisa ke uthi ke mabaqeda ukuthi bamfonele wabatshela ukuthi lowo muntu loyo ebathi ke unolwazi noma ke uwazi umuntu onolwazi nokucela ukuthi ke bamgcine lapho khona lapho ehhovisini la kamcommissioner wamaphoyisa. Uthi ke waseke uyamtshela ke ukuthi ngizofuna ke ukuthi ngikhulumisane ke nobaba wakho ngithole ke istatement sikwazi ukuthi siqinisekise lokhu wena ositshela khona. Uthi ke sina sahlukana ke sibheke noma sibhekelele ukuthi ke yena uzokwazi ukuthi akhulumisane nobaba wakhe bese sizokwazi ukuthi sikhulumisane naye ubaba wakhe bese sithatha ke nesistatement. Uthi ke ngakwenza kwacaca ke lokho ukuthi wakwenza kwacaca yena ukuthi lokho angeke kuze kube ijoko elilula lelo noma angeke kuze kube into ke elula ngoba ke abantu laba bathi bayabandakanyeka noma ke kukhulunywa ngabo abantu ke abahlobana nabo, kodwa ke ngasinyamazisa ukuthi wena ke uyiphoyisa uzofanele ke ukuthi ukhumbule ukuthi ke asikwazi ukusebenza nobufakazi noma ngezinto esizweni ngomunye umuntu, sidinga okuphathekayo noma sidinga ke ubufakazi obuphathekayo. Uthi ke Nkosi enkantolo ngabona ukuthi ke kukhona ukwesaba ukuthi uma ngabe lento le ingaphathwa noma ke ingaphathwa budedengu, kukhona abantu abangalahlekelwa ke impilo zabo. Ngalokho ke sahlukana ke kanjalo ukuthi ke ngizomhlonipha, kanti ke futhi ngimnikeze ke ithuba lokuthi akhulumisane nobaba wakhe. Sashintshisana ke ngeyinombolo zocingo, ngathatha ke inombolo zakhe, ngase ngimbuza ukuthi usebenzela kwesiphi stage samaphoyisa. Wase engitshela ke ngathola mina ngalomniningwane anginikeze wona ukuthi ke wayesebenza ke ngaphansi kwesandla sakhe ke uGeneral Lishabane noma la kulesi statement esibhalike eShabane.
Then I said, asked him which police station. At line 9, Brigadier Gininda responded as follows. It was a cluster, my lord. So General Leshabani was a cluster commander in the North Rand, Tembisa, that area. He was a cluster commander, major general in charge of the region. Yes, he has since retired, my lord.
Bambuza ke kusiphi station samaphoyisa, uthi ke wayesebenza ngaphansi ke kwesikhulu sakhe uGeneral Lishabane khona lapho eNorth Rand eThembisa, neze ke uGeneral loyo bese kathethe ke umhlala phansi ngaleso sikhathi.
Then he proceeded as follows. Now, after the meeting, my lord, there would have been a number of obvious follow-ups from my side to try and check how far is he, and it was not really. There was no fruitful outcome between that day up to the 13th of November 2019. Now, leading to 13 November 2019, my lord, I recall that when I tried to reach him, I was struggling. This is now Constable Zungu. So I ended up, because Brigadier Perumal was still on board, and I said to him, the only lead that I had, which needed to be followed up, but is still outstanding, it is Constable Zungu. So I asked him to accompany me so that we can work together and trying to take the matter forward. Now, arrangements were made eventually, my lord, through General Leshabani. For the first meeting was supposed to go on the 12th, I recall, of November 2019, which did not materialize. It was then postponed to the 13th, and that is where myself and Brigadier Perumal met Constable Zungu. That meeting was fruitful in that, my lord, he did say he managed to convince his father, and we had now to arrange a next meeting where the father will avail himself. Indeed, my lord, on the 17th of November 2019, the father, Constable Zungu, brought the father, who then gave me a statement, and that statement implicated accused 1 and 2. So those names, my lord, are now in the sworn affidavit for the first time. And the state then asked him, what is the name of Constable Zungu's father? Then Brigadier Gininda proceeded at line 18. It is Absalom. I remember the name Absalom Zungu, my lord. His affidavit that I obtained was attached and disclosed to the defense, my lord. I think in the trial, within the trial, I also refer to it. Yes, so for the first time then, my lord, now we had two possible suspects. And this is where I dealt with it, I think also in the trial within a trial. The cold case analysis around them, meaning now accused 1 and 2 started and resulted in the number of cases being picked up under accused 1, which I then took a decision that I will assign those matters to Sergeant Mohola to investigate those matters. Matters coming out under accused number 2, those matters were then assigned to Sergeant Mohani to say, my lord, he must look at them while we were focusing on this main case, my lord.